Hey everyone.
Hey. Oh, you go first. Sorry, that was rude.
We didn't plan this out very well. Welcome to History Unfiltered. I'm Alyssa.
I'm Kelsey.
And we're gonna try and make this train wreck into a podcast of some kind.
Yeah.
So, why don't you tell them what our podcast is about?
It's about history, basically, and we're gonna unfilter it. That's the goal.
History is a filter on it right now.
And we're gonna lift the veil for you guys' eyes.
We're just gonna take it. I'm just gonna rip it off.
Like a Band-Aid all at once. It's gonna be gone.
Fair warning for this episode, I'm recovering from a cold, so this sultry, raspy, beautiful voice isn't gonna be here always, so just enjoy it for today.
Yeah, unfortunately mine's gonna be here like this forever. Cause
I'm gonna infect her, so. Or
it might be an improvement, but
I think you sound beautiful. It's
Thank
great.
you.
Why would I do a
Flattered.
podcast if I hated your voice? I'm gonna have to spend hours editing it.
Oh, that's true. You're gonna learn to hate it then.
Perfect. This would be great. So essentially the format of our podcast is, I'm a historian. I have a history degree from an accredited university that I will not state because, depending on how bad this podcast is, you may not want to know my identity. But I am a historian. I have a historical background, and Kelsey does not.
I do not. I have a science background, and my knowledge of history is very limited. So I will be probably asking the questions, and if anything, learning from this experience.
And we're gonna try and make it funny, because
Maybe.
Kelsey's one of the funniest people I know.
I try
So,
really hard.
She tries really, really hard, guys.
A lot of it falls
And
flat.
I just laugh at all the shit she says, regardless. So, essentially, before this podcast started, Kelsey asked me a question.
I did.
Question to hunt down the answer to for her, and I found some answers.
I feel many of you might have the same question.
Yeah.
So
Would you like to say the question, or would you like?
Sure. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we doing a drum roll?
Oh, what's it gonna be?
What is it?
So, as you know, my question was regarding one of my favorite treats. Is how do you even say it now? Neapolitan ice cream in any way related to Napoleon?
Okay.
That
So,
was honestly my question.
short answer, no. And
Okay.
thank you for listening to our podcast. It's
We're
great.
done now.
Yeah, I answered
History
the
has been
question.
unveiled. No, unfiltered.
Unfiltered,
remember.
unveiled. We did everything. History is now aware to everyone and everything. No, it's a bit more complicated than that. So, I'm assuming you thought that Neapolitan ice cream was associated with Napoleon because
It just sounds the same.
because it sounds very similar. Are you aware that there is a region of Italy known as Naples,
Oh.
which is where the term Neapolitan comes from?
Obviously not.
No.
That escapes me.
That's okay. That's okay. I did find out some interesting stuff about Neapolitan ice cream that I didn't know, that I'd like to share with you.
Okay.
Because it is very cool. So for any listeners who don't know, and I feel sad if you don't know this, Neapolitan ice cream is an ice cream with 3 flavors wedged together. Vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate.
In that order. Always.
Always in that order. No other
Unless
order.
you flipped it upside down.
Or you're drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of the two. No other options. Why it would be different. So, Neapolitan ice cream originated in Italy. And historically...
Napoleon was in French, right?
Yes. He was born in Corsica,
Wow,
which was a kind of bad region of France.
from the bad parts of town.
Yeah.
Don't mess with this guy.
Well, people were shaming him because he was from Corsica. They were like, "Oh, you're a Frenchman." He's like, "Guess what, bitch? I'm gonna take over the whole entire country. I'll show you how much of a Frenchman I am."
It was a real case of short man syndrome.
Yeah.
He was bow down.
Another myth I'm just gonna dispel for you right now. Napoleon
was
wasn't real.
regular height.
That was just shit people said about him.
I feel like everyone from the past was short.
Yeah, because over time we grow taller naturally, just because we're being fed better and are in better living conditions, so our bodies can grow more. It's pretty cool. But yeah, no, unfortunately, he was born in Corsica in France, and not in Italy. But he became king of Italy. So it could have been named after him because he's king of Italy. I don't know. But it was originated in Naples, and historically the colors are that of the Italian flag. So it would have been green, white, and red ice cream.
Oh.
Yeah, so it would have been...
So no chocolate. What with green? Is that like...
Pistachio or
pistachio
mint?
seems pretty good, though.
Yeah, pistachio or mint, and then white would be vanilla, obviously. And then the red would be strawberry or cherry. It also suggested cherry. I'm not a cherry fan myself.
No.
I don't know if I would eat that.
Cherries are gross.
But yeah, it also has alternative names. It's also known as a cosmopolitan slice. Ooh, that's very
sounds
sexy.
fancy.
Yeah, it's a very interesting name. And then also Harlequin ice cream. So
that's even harder to say.
Harlequin ice cream.
I wouldn't order that.
So it was named in the 19th century because they presumed that it came from Naples. All the people who were eating it, they're like, Neapolitan, must be from Naples. They didn't make the Napoleon connection. They weren't very smart, but they were like, Naples. Yeah, that seems like a thing. But actually, the first recorded recipe of it wasn't even in Naples. It was in Prussia, which...
What is Prussia? Because it sounds like you're saying Russia. I always formed it was like some other kind of Russia that was just like pressured into...
So Prussia was a country.
Yeah.
For many centuries, and then it decided one day, you know how all those German states are kind of like not figuring their shit out? What if we go and we take them all over and we make Germany? Wouldn't that be fun?
Okay, so
and everyone was like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And then they did it. And then France and Denmark and Austria were all like, we don't really like that you have all this power. And so they all got together and they all fought separate wars.
Beat them up a bit.
And then Germany won every single one of them. And they were like, fuck you, middle fingers. And then they signed the treaty in Paris, and they said, we're a country now. And then multiple world wars ensued afterwards. So, yay!
Germany's pretty small, right?
I mean, it's larger than some European countries. Yeah. It's larger than Britain. So, but it used to be its own country. When it was Prussia, it was very small. But it had very powerful leaders, like military leaders. They knew their shit. And apparently they also knew about ice cream. Oh. So...
That's a good segue back. That was very smooth.
Thank you.
Smooth as Neapolitan ice cream, one would say.
Yes, exactly. So it was created by this chef, and this is when I'm going to start butchering names. It was created by a head chef, Louis Ferdinand Jean-Gouy.
Jean-Gouy. Just say it fast and it sounds correct.
Yeah. In 1839. And he dedicated the recipe to, and this is going to be really, I downloaded the Wikipedia, like, saying his name to try and get it right. And there's no way I'm going to get it right. Hermann Faust von Pulcher-Muska. Yes. So
we won't get you to say that again.
So I'm going to call him Herman, Hermie, or Bud Herm. So Louise, being his chef, was like, dude, you're chill as fuck. So I made this great recipe, and I'm going to dedicate it to you. And it's going to be sweet. And so I was reading all this, and I was like, that's really interesting. Who's this Herman dude? Why does he get Neapolitan ice cream named after him? Like, dedicated to him. Yeah. Like, what's that all about? So I looked into him. Boy, he's an interesting lad. And in my delving of history went. So here are a few, title cards that you can describe Herman as. German nobleman. Very exciting.
That's pretty standard.
He had some great stuff going for him. Next, okay, like I want to do this like a dating situation.
So for nobleman, I'm impressed.
Right? So he's got some money. He's got some land going for him. So like you can tell me based on like the stuff that I'm gonna give you, if you'd be into like dating our Hermie bud, who's got this Neapolitan thing on lock. Okay. Next. excellent landscape gardener.
Okay. That's okay. I mean, you wouldn't think that of a nobleman. You think someone else would do your garden.
Yeah.
I'm guessing landscaper, he's just, like, telling people where to put things, so he has an eye for
I don't know if
design.
he's out there with the shears himself or if he's ordering people around. Like, it could be either.
Maybe he's just taking the credit for his landscaper.
Yes. Maybe he's just a scammer and he's lying about everything. So, that was interesting. He also had a pen name because he published various books about landscaping
he realized
and other
no one
things.
could say his name, so he needed another one.
Yes, and his pen name is Semilasso.
Semilasso?
I will show you the spelling. How would you pronounce that?
Semilasso.
Semilasso. I'm sure it's pronounced different in German.
Oh. I just picture everything in German, it would just be pronounced angrier.
Semilasso. Semilasso. So yeah, that was his pen name.
What kind of books do you write?
He wrote...
Sounds kind of like erotic books that he'll be writing.
I took my shears. And I made swift cuts.
I pruned that bush.
I pruned it real good.
Classic Hermie.
Just another classic Hermie bit.
No. I'm assuming he'd have this all on his, like, Match.com bio.
Yes, yeah. No, he would definitely have excerpts from his erotica.
Yeah.
On there. Along with pictures of his landscape design that he's stolen from his gardener. So, so he had quite a life. He married a lovely noblewoman who he later divorced 9 years later. Various positions in the government. And unfortunately he died childless. So, didn't really have any...
Like, you have nothing, but you can now have this cream.
Yeah.
Named after
So, my favorite thing that I found on here was a line, which I took out a direct quote because I just thought it was beautiful. It was in it was speaking of his connection to Neapolitan ice cream in particular.
On his deathbed.
Remember
the ice cream.
So it was dedicated to him by the chef.
Yeah.
But technically the German version is a little bit different than today's current Neapolitan ice cream, so it's not technically the same thing.
Okay.
But it was dedicated to him and so on. So the writer wrote beside it, he becomes an example, he's speaking of Herman in this sense, of one's reputation being identified unexpectedly by accomplishments of lesser significance. He did all that landscaping and all that erotica, and all he's known for now is
some little
fucking
chef
ice cream.
Was like, I'll name you after my ice cream. Maybe it was more like a against him.
Yeah.
Like, maybe I hate you, so I'll name my ice cream after you, and that's all you'll be known for.
Yeah, it was like a giant...
Like, fuck you.
Yeah, like it was just getting back.
Yeah.
Getting back
maybe
on
he was the landscaper and a chef.
Yes.
And he was just pissed.
He was just mad, and he was getting a sweet revenge.
It was all part of his plan.
Yes, he knew all along. This is how he would get his sweet comeuppance.
So, today's Neapolitan ice cream is pretty similar to the Italian one. And you said the German one was slightly different.
It is slightly different. And I'm not even done yet, because there's more about our bud Hermie.
Oh my god.
That just gets so much cooler. So he wanted his body cremated.
Cremated in cream.
Yes,
in
cream. And then he wanted his chef to eat it. That was his dream.
Yeah.
But at that time, it was illegal for your body to get cremated. I'm not sure why. I want to look into why it was illegal.
They would rather your body rot in the ground and then pollute.
I'm assuming it's something to do with Christianity, because normally a lot of things are.
Yeah.
But because that wasn't possible, he requested that his heart be dissolved in sulfuric acid.
That's okay.
So that his body could still technically be dissolved.
Like a bit of his body.
Yeah, and then he made himself a burial pyramid and his sulfuric acid dissolved heart and other body parts are in this burial pyramid in Germany.
Nothing says humble like giving yourself a pyramid for when you die.
And if you want to go, there are pictures. You can go to this burial pyramid and you can visit. It's still a thing.
You can get ice cream there. Maybe.
You better. Otherwise, they're missing out on some serious tourist opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's all my info on him. So yeah, the stuff he's named after is more German, and it's more of like a cakey thing. Like, I couldn't really understand what the difference was between that and traditional Neapolitan ice cream. I think it's just the flavors are different that they use. But yeah. So, not to do with Napoleon, unfortunately.
No.
Having to do with the misconceived idea that the ice cream was from Naples, which we can't confirm or deny. But we do know that it did occur in Germany with this cool dude with shrubberies, erotica, a burial pyramid, and some sulfuric acid.
So Hermie.
Hermie could be the cause. He was the inspiration.
He was inspiration.
He was a cool-ass dude. And because of him...
He has layers, so therefore... Like an onion. Like,
he was the layers.
Hermie got layers.
He's got so many layers.
So I'm gonna make a layered cream.
We're gonna make a layered cream out of you. And we're gonna eat y'all up. Every last drop. Yum.
Why would you get your heart? Like, was it still illegal for you to burn your heart? Well, because that's closer.
You couldn't cremate any part of the body. Oh. So he was like...
Then why not just throw your whole body in acid?
I've got a loophole. He did, but I thought the funniest part... He had different kinds of acid for each part of his body.
Interesting.
But he specifically wanted the heart in sulfuric acid. For some reason. Yeah.
So that's a guy's job, was to do this.
Yeah. Last will and testament of our bud Hermie was like, you gotta do this for me, bro.
Cut out my heart, put it in this little box.
Exactly.
Or petri dish.
Yes.
Sulfuric acid.
Yes.
And watch it sizzle and burn and turn into goop.
Yeah. That's exactly what he wanted.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he wanted.
Is that still an option now?
Sure. I mean, I'll do that for you.
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
For Hermie.
Yeah. Do it for Hermie. We won't have YOLO anymore. We'll do it for Hermie, so... DFH. Do it for Hermie. Okay. So, now that I've explained your question...
I'm satisfied by that. Thank you.
You're welcome. I did it all for you. This is I live for you, Kelsey.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's what I do. So for the next part of the podcast, because we're just shooting the shit. We have no idea what we're doing, to be perfectly honest. No. If you're listening to this right now, what are you doing with your life?
You probably tuned out, but
yeah.
If not, we reconsider.
You've probably heard us talk about a dead man and his erotica, and you were like, I'm out, I'm done.
I feel like that's a lot of what history is about.
Yeah, a lot of it's about.
Honest.
Yeah, no, 100%. You're correct.
Okay.
Literally, all we do is sit in class and read erotica.
Like dead people.
Yeah, but yeah. Or we write it about dead. So it's like 99% of the time we're reading it, 1% of the time we're writing it ourselves. Right. Yeah. It's a fun profession to be in. It's pretty great. So what we're trying out, and you guys can tell us if you enjoy this or not, is I'm going to give Kelsey a specific historical event, and I want her to explain.
I might surprise you by knowing.
Explain to me what she thinks happened and how it occurred. And so I figured we'd stay on topic because she asked me about Neapolitan ice cream and if it occurred due to Napoleon. I thought I would ask her about Napoleon's rise to power in France and see what she could tell me about that.
Well, it happened in the past.
It did.
I'm gonna say stats.
Would you like to guess a century?
When did you say the ice cream? Did you give me a date?
The first recorded
that would have
recipe.
To do with him though, because we already established they're not related.
Give me the date for the ice cream. Yeah. So.
Would be like 1600s. Is that anywhere close? 18? Earlier?
let's go with 18. 16's a little too far back.
17? Is that better?
Yeah, late 17s.
So probably
early 18s.
Yeah. Well, I guess he wasn't a little guy. Well, he's French. Probably still, by today's standard, a little guy.
Okay. Tell me what's going on in France right now. Like, what's the mood?
I'm gonna say discomfort.
Okay. What's been happening? What's been going on? I feel like
in the past things were like a lot of dirt, a lot of everyone taking over everyone. Napoleon's had enough. He joined the military. He's like, I don't like where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can do better.
Yep.
Make France great again. And then he just starts winning battles, and I think he gets lucky and takes over everything. It just expanding in general.
So
the logistics, I don't know. And then there's something to do with Waterloo.
Yep.
I'm guessing he loses. Like that was a big thing, or maybe he loses, and that's his downfall.
I'm gonna ask you some guiding questions and ask you to speculate because we're running a little short on the podcast. So okay. I'm gonna ask you to speculate. So you said he joined the military.
Yeah.
What do you think he did in the military?
I say he planned.
He planned.
He was like the guy that was like, we're gonna go here. I guess he'd have to work his way up though. So, swordsman.
Okay, sure.
I still can't picture him on a horse.
Yeah, okay, so he probably... again, I'm not a super expert on Napoleon. I do know some stuff, but most cavalry men, because he would have been noble, so he would have had a horse, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So, Napoleon worked his way up to a general, eventually.
So planning.
He was planning. Yes, he was planning. He was doing some good plan stuff. And at this time, France was still going through revolution. So there was some like tumultuous stuff going on. There's some. Is
this just the French Revolution?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know what happened. It just.
That's okay. We can cover that another time. You can tell me what led up to that. So that's kind of the stage that Napoleon's in. He's winning some battles.
Okay.
He's doing good. What comes to his mind?
He's like, I can do better.
He can do better.
I can do better. I'm Napoleon now. I'm gonna, what's near France? What would he want to take over? Is Belgium there? Does he want to get Belgium? Belgium chocolates?
Yeah. He's craving those sweets.
Go to Germany, get some Neapolitan ice cream. He's just going on a binge, basically.
He's
on a warpath, one would say, to get a
throwing
great
the diet away.
Snack. Yeah.
But yeah, so...
Does he go to Spain?
He does go to Spain. Yes. How do you think he grabbed power, though? How do you think he got power?
Did he destroy whoever was in charge there? Or was it like he just walked in, they're like, who's in power here? And he's like, me. And they just believed him.
It was kind of like that.
Yeah.
He did something called a coup.
What was a coup? It was like playing each other against each other. I also don't know simple words.
So essentially what Napoleon did, and please God, if I get this wrong, I'm a British historian, not a French, so please don't judge me. He essentially got a small group of military officials together, and he stormed a meeting of leaders at the time, and he took control and made himself leader of the country.
They're like, we'd like to congratulate Marco on his birthday, and then he's like, Napoleon! Just comes in.
Essentially.
My country.
Yep, that's exactly how it was.
He has the horse, so...
We trust him. Yeah, and then he started taking over countries. So you mentioned Spain, you mentioned Belgium.
Yeah.
What other countries do you think he went for?
I need a map. There's no map over here. It's Middle Earth.
Yeah.
Did he go for Germany, or is Germany too far away?
I mean...
Or is Germany too strong?
He didn't really go for Germany.
Did he go for Italy?
He did. He did go for Italy. He got Italy.
Oh. Where'd that guy go?
Yeah. He did really good. He also got the Netherlands,
Ooh.
which was exciting for him. So he was just taking people's land left and right, and he was freeing them.
Were they oppressed?
Yes, he thought they were, because they were under monarchies, and he was leading a revolution.
So it's just the classic case of him disagreeing with their government and being like, I'm saving you, and they're like, we don't want this.
Well, he was like, you guys are run by a monarchy, and they're evil. I was elected as a free government, and I'm going to free you and give you democracy.
Wasn't, like, France under a monarch for a very long time?
They were, and that's who they overthrew during the French Revolution.
Okay, so Napoleon was the next guy that was like, this is a good thing, because now I'm in power, even though I'm not a monarch, so I should be in power everywhere.
Yes.
So get rid of your monarchs, elect me.
Yes.
Ah.
Except he then crowned himself emperor, which...
Well, that's kind of being a monarch of everything.
Yeah, but he didn't see it that way.
Kind of going full circle.
He kind of a little bit, but he didn't care because he was in charge, so you don't really care.
No.
And he won every military battle. He was impressive.
So what was his downfall? Is that Waterloo? Was that right? Or is Waterloo a good battle he won?
Waterloo was his downfall.
Okay.
So essentially what happened... Well, Russia was his downfall. Here's something I need you to know, and it's going to be repeated multiple times over the course of this podcast, Kelsey. Every time someone tries to take over Russia, it fails. Never try and take over Russia. This is a historic thing. Anyone who has tried has always failed. It's a stupid idea. You're never going to take over Russia. Don't try and take over Russia. Now, Napoleon, he was like, you know what I want to do?
Take over Russia?
I want to teach those old Ruskies a lesson, and I'm going to teach it to them good. And he was on a victory march. He got a head full of dreams.
Yeah.
He
got too cocky.
Had a new wife at his side. He was an excited dude. And he
just became emperor.
He just became emperor. He got a sweet crown. He was very excited. And he was like, I'm gonna go take over Russia now. And he went to go take over Russia and didn't fucking do it because Russia's really hard to take over.
Not today, Napoleon.
Not today.
You swat him away.
Lost like 3/4 of his army. Came back, tail between his legs, and he was like, well, fuck. And then everyone was kind of like,
he can be taken down.
He can be defeated. The evil can be defeated. So all these powers got together and they're like, we're gonna kick his fucking ass.
Yeah, kick him while he's down.
Yeah. So there was another battle that occurred that I'm blanking on the name of because it's not as famous. That Napoleon lost. And they're like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to exile you to an island.
Oh, yeah.
Haha. So they went and they exiled him to this island. And he was like, guess what, suckers? I'm going to escape the island! Woo! And then he was like Zoidberg. He went, whoop, 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 whoop. And he escaped the island. And he went back. And he, went to Paris. And he's like, guys, I'm back. And we're like, Napoleon! We missed you so much! And he's like, yeah, I know, bitches. I know. And he's like, no, we're going to get a military together, and we're going to kick everyone's ass. And everyone was like, yay! So they all, got their pitchforks and their knives and their shit. They all get going, and then they go to this battlefield where he's facing off against Duke of Wellington, who we all know from the other favorites of food, beef Wellington.
Oh, what is beef Wellington?
It's like beef.
Is it like a beef dip?
It's beef, and then it's wrapped in pastry, and then it's baked.
Oh, okay.
And then you serve it with gravy.
Like a pie.
Kind of like a pie, but better.
Okay.
Better than a pie.
Okay.
Anyway, he faces off against Napoleon in Waterloo. And as the famous ABBA song goes, Waterloo, I was defeated, you won the war. And it's obviously being sung from Napoleon's perspective, because he was defeated.
Yeah.
And Wellington won the war. And Waterloo promised to love me forevermore. I don't think Napoleon said that, because he was pretty pissed that he lost.
He wrote that song, but ABBA stole it.
ABBA stole it, and then didn't reveal it for, another 140 years.
Yeah.
They kept that on lock.
Secret.
Those damn Europeans.
Crazy.
I think they're from Sweden. Is ABBA from Sweden?
I think so. They're from some
Nordic country.
Yeah.
I love ABBA. Never doubt that. Never doubt my love for ABBA. But yeah, so this time they're like, oh, Napoleon, you tricksy little guy.
You escaped our island.
We're gonna put you on a harder island.
There's just the levels of islands.
Yeah. Try to escape from this one. And then he got put on St. Helena's. And
I like how they weren't angry enough. Like, there's all these executions that you hear about, and then they're just like, Napoleon, get back to your island.
yeah, they put him on a different island this time. And then he claimed he got poisoned. I wouldn't be surprised if he got poisoned, and he did pass away.
Yeah.
And he left a hole in our hearts.
They don't exile people anymore.
Yeah, they used to do that because it was fun.
Imagine now you exile someone, but we have all, like, the drones and the cameras, and every day it's, like, a little reality show. How's this guy doing on the exiled island? Oh, he's dead.
Isn't that what, like, Naked and Afraid is?
Kind of. But this would be, like, a real exile. Like, we have this island, and this is a criminal thing, so we're just going to toss him there.
There's a really funny story. So, Emperor Tiberius in Rome.
Yeah.
He was married to this woman named Julia, who was like a total bitch. And she just like screwed whoever she wanted and kind of did whatever she wanted. And her father was Octavian, like Augustus, the like first emperor of Rome. Like
August,
the big guy, the big
months.
dude. He was like important. Defeated Mark Antony and like all this shit. Anyway, Julia was his daughter, married him to this Tiberius guy so Tiberius could inherit after Octavian died.
Yeah.
And Julia was like, I want to sleep around and do all this crazy shit. And her dad was kind of like, I'm not really chill with this or what you're doing. So he exiled her to this island and would just like send her food and stuff. And she was
like a big timeout.
Yeah, so she was just chilling on this island, and then when Octavius died and Tiberius took over, he just stopped sending food to the island so she would die. He was just like,
take that, bitch.
Guess what, bitch? I'm in charge now. No more food for you.
Would she know, or would she just be like, the food hasn't been coming lately?
I think she'd assume at some point. She was a smart cookie. So she was probably like, and my dad's dead. And so am I. Great.
Fun side fact. My dad was adopted, and his birth given name was Mark Anthony.
No way.
Yeah.
For all you web sleuths out there who want to find out Kelsey's identity, here's one of the clues.
The hidden Easter eggs in all the podcasts.
Every
I'll also
podcast.
throw in fake ones. Throw you off your trail.
Every podcast will have Easter eggs for the listeners to discover.
So you have to keep listening.
You have to. It's all a puzzle. It's like the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah.
But what's the mystery at the end?
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't even know.
We're on this journey too.
We're all together on this journey. It's so exciting. Okay, so we're going to wrap things up. We are on all the social media. We're on Facebook and Instagram. Our email is historyunfilteredpodcast@gmail.com. So if you have any questions,
concerns,
you just want to be mean to us,
input.
If you have any shrubbery erotica,
we would love to hear it.
If you want to share, we will read it live on air if you send a shrubbery erotica.
Pen name.
Yes.
That's
better than Semi-Lasso.
Semi-Lasso. I don't know, that's pretty hard to top.
I mean, Hermes got a pretty sweet pen name. Any corrections? Like, if you want to be like, who is this fucking person? Rating.
We'll read them, we'll probably ignore them, but...
We'll probably ignore them.
They'll be read, maybe.
Read on air? Who knows? Read in the dark, in our apartment, weeping quietly.
Well, I'm silently weeping into a bag of Cheetos.
Probably. That will be the end result.
Yeah.
Or our intern Sam will probably read them and then just laugh.
She shakes her head.
She's shaking.
She's terrified that we've acknowledged her.
If you hear any background noise during this podcast, it's our intern Sam. So yeah, you can contact us on any of those pieces of social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, rate and review us on iTunes. I know this was like a little bit of a dumpster fire. We'll get better.
It will improve.
We're just trying. Just trying our best.
History needs to be unfiltered, guys. It's the only way to do it.
If we don't unfilter it, the Illuminati win.
They win.
That's what happens.
Don't let the Illuminati win and rate us. Good rates, not bad rates.
If you give us a good rating, we'll come up with a rap with your name in it. Or some shrubbery erotica with your name in it.
Could. We would.
Leave us a review with the specific thing that you want, and then we'll do it. Sound good?
I think so.
Okay, until next time.
Peace out. That was a question.
We'll have to come up with like a sign off of some kind. We'll just go with peace out.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, puppy.